that they can just play around with public money and refuse accountability. So it's good that you're here, Governor. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Lelegwe, I think the opening remarks by the Governor would serve very well in your county, because I know your Governor has put us in a situation where we are asking the Inspector General of Police to arrest him. And I think what the Governor of Machakos says is valid, and the people of Samburu should also understand that accountability is not just institutional, it is personal. So, Governor, we are not going to thank you for coming, because it is your duty, as you have said. It is a responsibility, it is an obligation. But we commend you for reaffirming that appearing before this Senate has been useful to you in the past. I think you said that in your statement. And I believe that other governors who might be listening in or who will be following would find it fit for them to do what the Constitution requires them to do. Hapa Tunalinda Katiba. Hapa Tunalinda ugatuzi. We don't care which political divide you come from, which orientation, which gender, which region, but the Senate exists kulinda ugatuzi na kulinda katiba. Having said that, we have already gone through this report, and the Auditor General has given us an overview of the issues that have been resolved and the issues that remain outstanding. I know that the clerk had put in an informal request if you could have come in earlier, but you indicated that you had other appointments. If you would have come in earlier, we would have had more time to discuss many aspects of this report. But you have appeared before us under oath. You have tabled your written responses. We will take your written responses and use them to process our recommendations, after which, in a period of 60 to 90 days, we shall reinvite you to explain how you have implemented our recommendations. Unless there is a matter that you feel your written responses do not address sufficiently that requires your explanation, I will give you that opportunity. But since you have submitted your written responses under oath, even in courts nowadays, courts are able to make decisions on the basis of the filings that have been done by parties. So unless there's a very specific matter. However, there was one matter that we have discussed with the Auditor General that we must bring to your attention. It did not appear in the substantive audit report, and we have agreed with the auditor on how it will be treated going forward. That is the issue of pending bills, or what nowadays we call trade payables. If you notice in your financial statements, you close the year with total trade and other payables of 4.8 billion Kenya shillings. As I've said, it was not highlighted in the Auditor General's report, but those of us who have sat here for quite some time, we know that we have a problem of pending bills in Machakos County due to historical reasons. I do recall at one of our meetings, Governor, since you have been appearing before this committee consistently, I do recall in one of our meetings you even proposed that we could call in the administration of the past to deal with some of the outstanding pending bills. We are concerned that the balance on trade payables is growing. The prior year, you opened the year at 3.3 billion.
Which page are you looking at?
It's on the financial statement, note 32 on trade and other payables. Yeah, on the financial statement. It's not, the auditor had treated it as a prior year matter. Or auditor, can you explain how you had treated this so that it's your words that go on record?
Yes, Chair, that is the case. We are following up on the trade payables.
But we have directed that it cannot be looked at as a prior year matter.
Yes.
Because in prior year the figures were different.
Yes.
This year the figure is growing. This year there was no aging analysis. Or is there an aging analysis in that report? There is no aging analysis. Ideally the auditor would have flagged that to say that the debt of 4.8 is not aged. So we don't know what is current, what is a year, what is over 3 years. And Governor, just hold your horses first. We have discussed it with a better analysis on it. But since we can see it, because, Governor, I'm sure you're going to explain that subsequently you paid. But unfortunately, the only evidence we have is a financial statement that we have here. I wanted to give certain guidelines. And these guidelines is a standard recommendation that we are giving to all counties. If this 4.8 billion includes staff payables, accountants in the room, how much of this 4.8 is staff payables?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Out of the 4.8 billion, 804 was staff payable. That is salary arrears for June 2025, and 204 million which relates to statutory deduction which we had paid net for April and May. Those amounts of 804 were eventually paid in this year. So the balance remains.
Just leave it there. So that is in line with our recommendation, because we are going to recommend that staff payables must be settled within 90 days. You are saying you have already settled?
Yes, Chair, we have already settled that.
Second, statutory deductions must be settled within 90 days. And you are saying you have already paid 204 million as statutory deductions.
Yes, Chair, we have already paid.
Now, does this total figure, are there pension obligations arise? Very unique, especially for a big county like Machakos.
Our last payment was last month.
Now let's distinguish between the current and the historical. LAP fund or LAP trust or CPF, anything?
Let me respond. What Chair, I've clarified that 804 was for financial 24-25, which fall due in year 25-26, and which we settled. But if you go to our pending bills, there is an amount of 325 million, which relates now to that period of devolution.
Correct. But now that's where I'm going to. Our recommendation on those acquisition to the control of budget has released the money, so you have the money.